that we're going to be seeing is a front snap kick. Okay. The next one is a side snap kick. Real fine, Gene. The third kick we're going to see is a roundhouse. Next one is a mule kick. And fifth and finally, Gene, can you show us a knee bash? Now, I also understand, Gene, that you can use various combinations of moves and kicks when you're doing this. Could you show us a combination move?
Sure. One combination would be a sunch.
Gene is now going to incorporate some of the 15 basic karate exercises into one workout and show us how that might look. Joining us now is Mike Custodi, who will demonstrate some of the moves and attacks of a man and some of the movements of the robot in comparison. Michael?
How you doing, Jeff?
Welcome.
Thank you.
It's all yours, so take it away.
Thank you, Jeff. The word karate means empty hands. It is an art of self-defense, employing punching, striking, kicking, and ripping techniques. To show you the comparative movements between the robot and a human, we're going to simulate some attacks. After each attack, we also show you some defenses which can be used to ward off the attacker. I would like to have my assistant, Joe Payne, come up to assist me. Okay, let's say that someone attacks you with a knife or a club and comes at you with an overhand thrust. A method of defense would be a forearm block, strike to the solar plexus, knee to the groin, and forearm to the throat. Against Joe? Okay, against the robot. Another method of defense, if it's the same attack, would be a cross block, knee to the groin, jab to the throat, and upper shuto to the nose. Okay, against Joe. Against the robot. If someone should swing at you, a method of defense would be a forearm block, followed by a strike into the solar plexus. The same attack, another method of defense would be a forearm block and a jab into the throat. And if someone should kick up at you, use a downward blade block and a strike into the solar plexus. I'd like to point out that these are just a few of the combinations that can be used.
Gene, I understand we're going to see a little boxing now, is that right?
Yes, Jeff. What we'd like to do, or what we have done, we put boxing gloves on 4 of the limbs of the robot, and we're going to have Mike box him for the first time, and this is the first time for us, and it'll be the first time for the viewers.
Sure it is.
If you'll notice now, the protective gear that Mike is putting on, I would like to point out that whenever working out with the robot, protective gear should be worn, such as a head, face protector, arm and shin protectors. Also, you should wear a groin cup protector. A female should also wear a chest protector because this throws some pretty rough punches.
You know, I'm anxious to get right into this, Gene. It should be super. But the one thing that pops in my head as soon as you mention boxing is the heavyweight champ of the world, somebody like that. You think he could take this robot?
Well, he's pretty good with humans. Matter of fact, he's the best. But there's no way in the world he could take the robot. Although I believe it would be different. I've never heard of anyone in the arts fighting a robot. Jeff, and I'd like to point out at this point, for example, the air pressure on this robot goes to 240 pounds, okay? We use, for demonstration purposes, only 28 pounds. Multiply the speed at least 8 times, and I don't think the Champ or anyone is that fast.
I think you're probably right. That's quite a bit quicker than we have it pumped up here today. Well, okay, it looks like we're all set up here. If you're ready to go operate the controls, Gene, I think we're all set for the first time to see Mike actually box the robot.
Sounds great.
That was super, Gene. I'm sure that was a first for television.
Yes, Jeff, I'm sure it was. As you can see...
This is Gene here, isn't it?
Yeah, that's me. I'm hiding over
Okay,
here.
just wanted to make sure.
Well,
What are we going to have next?
Well, as you can plainly see, I've put on some protective gear, and I will have a brief all-out battle sparring the robot with Mike on the controls. He will be throwing all limbs at me as fast as he can in all combinations, showing what it can do even at a low speed. It'll give you an idea that if we really jacked up, there's no one that can really take this robot. Okay?
Okay. Gene, you're really going to have some aches and pains in the morning. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, buddy, I guess I am.
At the end of this show, are you really going to arm this robot with weapons, knives, and axes, and you're going to fight it like that?
I'm going to try it, that's for sure.
Okay.